The definite playbook on digital asset management software. 10 best practices to know so you don't get ripped off and leave too much money on the table. Whether you are a creator, entrepreneur, marketer, brand manager, social media junkie, or all of the above. According to the United States Census Bureau, the digital asset management market is expected to be worth $10 trillion by 2030, with a compound average growth rate of 35% from 2020 to 2030. Yeah, $10 trillion. If you add artificial intelligence, including facial recognition, to the equation, some experts estimate the digital asset management market to reach a value of $20 trillion in the next 10 years. As a creator, entrepreneur, or marketer, you should pay attention to these projections and ensure your digital assets are accounted for, are protected, are monetized, and are more valuable as time goes by. Digital asset management software can help you devise an effective and sustainable strategy to reach your operational and digital goals. Welcome to today's show. Don't go anywhere. We will give you the definitive playbook on digital asset management software. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic. If you are doing marvelous as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Before we get into the definitive playbook on digital asset management software, I want to quickly give you a definition of digital assets. Digital asset 101. What is a digital asset? A digital asset is any media file. I'm talking audio, video, infographic, picture, written content, plus the underlying information about the file, that is the metadata. So digital assets are any form of a digital file. So common digital assets include, again, documents, right? Your Word documents, your photos, your presentations, your videos, your images. So digital asset management software, digital asset management standing in the shortcut here is DAM. DAM software is primarily used by enterprise marketing and creative teams. So it's very necessary for DAM software to accommodate a broad spectrum of creative files, right? Now, one thing that you have to understand here is that one of the primary drivers for the digital asset management industry is the increased adoption of broadband internet, which is increasing the demand for specialized solutions in each industry. I'm not even going to talk about 5G, right? This is 5G is nascent in the West, but in some countries we already have 5G, and 5G will add another layer of effectiveness to the digital asset management software, right? Now, digital asset management systems offer more functionality than simple cloud storage programs, right? Like Dropbox, Google Drive, or Box. These systems, the DAM systems, enable professional users, teams, to better manage digital assets and capture important information, such as content licenses. I'll come back to that later on. All right, so this is kind of give you a quick info about what is a digital asset. Now let's go to the first number one. Remember, here I'm giving you 10 best practices to know. So here is the number one best practice. You want to check out your digital assets effectively. By check out, I'm talking about verifying things like basic information. You want to check out the assets you need to work on and lock it. So only you can edit it, you can annotate it, you can publish it, and you can move it. Right? In the thing here is that you can have, by checking out your digital assets, you take control of those assets. All right, you can even have there are a lot of stuff that you can do with that with the appropriate software. I'm not going to name names here in this show because we're not endorsing any products, at least yet. But if you Google digital asset management software, you can have all the names out there. The most important thing for us here is to tell you, whatever program you have, there are a few things you need to know. All right, so things like streamline checkout. So the files that are checked out are locked, so they cannot be edited until checked back into the digital asset management software. All right. You can also have something called force check-in, which is very important because this is a prerogative that only administrators can have. So the administrators can check in files that were checked out by others. Now, the thing here is that, remember, a company like Disney, for instance, has billions upon billions in digital assets, right? So I'm not talking about just files or videos or photos here. I'm talking about assets that are worth, that could be worth billions upon billions of dollars. All right. So the first, again, just kind of wrap up this section. The first best practice is to check out your digital assets properly. I'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still continuing today's conversation. Best practice number 2, share your asset collections smartly. Now, the thing here is that you can easily create, with the right software, with the right digital asset management software, you can create and share collections of assets between users, right? And again, you can create static collections that contain a reference list of assets. I'm talking folders, more, or you can also have smart collections. Smart collections dynamically include assets based on search criteria. This is important for the companies in the entertainment field, in the sports field, in the project management field. If you need to work with a dynamic collection of assets, this is very important. Now, collection sharing allows you to properly plan your digital assets database. This is very important. So if you are able to manage and share digital assets properly, you can keep your marketing teams moving. All right. Another thing that is important is that you are able to make decisions quickly and smartly, because especially with the dynamic digital assets, what I call the smart collections. Smart collections save you valuable time and energy, specifically if you're looking for a specific file or group of files, by pulling in assets to the collection based on user specified search criteria. All right. And if you do it correctly, downloads become easy. Here, I'm not talking about only 1 or 2 files. If you have to download an entire batch of files, the process becomes easier if you're able to get into a smart collection. If you're able to categorize your assets in a smart collection, in a smart way, as opposed to the static way. All right. Another thing I want to mention here, and this is the rule number 3. So just kind of recap here. Rule number 1, best practice number 1, check out your digital assets effectively. Best practice number 2, share asset collections smartly. Best practice number 3, you get real-time insights into your digital assets. This is very important. Again, depending upon your industry, you might not need to have the real-time functionality, but if you are in an industry such as entertainment, for instance, where you're dealing with the copyrights and all this kind of stuff all the time, it is important to get real-time insight into your digital assets, right? So you know which assets perform best without having to rely on your analytics team, right? You get the data insights across your damn team, your digital asset management team, so others can see how content performs in different situations and they can quickly optimize it, right? I'm talking not just online media, but also offline, so you're able to track your digital assets, right? So you know in real time what is working and what isn't. Very important. And by doing that, you are able to improve customer experiences. You can improve your KPI, your key performance indicators across multiple channels. You're able to you're able to integrate your digital asset management system across multiple platforms, social media, intranet, the corporate website, client's website, or all the team's websites. And by doing all this, the ultimate benefit here is that you're increasing your ROI. you are increasing the return on investment, specifically on expensive asset creation efforts, right? So you're not using a lot of resources, a lot of company resources to get the same results. So you're getting the insights in real time and very valuable insights. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I'm talking today about the 10 best practices you need to know when it comes to digital asset management, and specifically digital asset management software. Before I go on to number 4, the best practice number 4, I want to quickly give a shout out to Kathleen Bear in Sandy Springs, Georgia, Casey Aguilar in Dunwoody, Georgia, and Finley Gonzalez in Roswell, Georgia. We like to acknowledge from time to time our millions of viewers and listeners in the United States, Canada, and beyond. And today, thank you, Finley, Casey, and Kathleen, for your support, for your contribution, for your feedback. We really appreciate it. For those who are currently listening to us, if you want us to give you a shout out, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you are informed whenever we release a new show. Share this content. You want to give it a thumbs up. You want to comment below, give us your experience about digital asset management software, and so on and so forth. All right. Rule number 4, best practice number 4, manage your brand portal productively. With the proper DAM software, digital asset management software, you can easily and securely distribute assets to a host of stakeholders, right? I'm talking agencies, channel partners, external team. This allows you to tailor access so you can get access to the right team and receive assets from agency partners while protecting what? Confidential information. This is very important, folks, because the last thing you want is to share everything. You don't want that. You want to share what you need to. Nothing you don't, right? The thing is that by giving users direct access to digital assets, you are able to work in a more efficient way, right? You are able to protect, again, what you want to share and keep locked what you don't want to, all right? So you want to manage your brain portal productively. Another way of doing this is also to manage the user roles. You want to specify who can access permitted folders, collections, and assets. You want to set things like parameters so users can view, edit, and share only what's necessary, right? Think of this as some kind of classified, the kind of paradigm they use in the intelligence community, where you have something is classified, something is not classified. It's the same thing here, right? Because at the end of the day, a digital asset remains an asset, and an asset can produce income, right? That's accounting 101. So you want to protect access to any digital assets by giving the right user access paradigms. All right. Number 5, boost your digital asset management workflows. With the right digital asset management software, you can boost your digital asset management workflows. Now, what does that mean? Let's just quickly kind of review this. Now, this means that you can get your assets to market sooner by creating workflows for things like planning, designing, reviewing, approving, and publishing, right? And you can do this very, very, very quickly. In other words, you want to let the work flow. The thing here is that if you work across multiple teams and multiple platforms, sometimes you might have a lot of bottlenecks. And with the right program, with the right software, you're able to eliminate the multiple steps it usually takes to prepare digital content to go live. For those who are in the entertainment industry, you know what I'm talking about. If you are in an environment where you work on multiple projects, if you work in a project management team, you know what I'm talking about. If you work in the printing, in the media industry, you know what I'm talking about. So the thing here is that you want to be able to speed up the workflows that you have, right? You can have customized workflows or standard workflows. With customized workflows, you are able to have bespoke paradigms that meet your organization's need, right? And you can do this based on the stages of the particular project, right? You want to align tasks with the right users, and you want to allow users to leave feedback, and people can leave feedback across the way. This is very important, folks. All right, so this is how you could boost your digital asset management workflows with the proper DAM software. I'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you're finding this show very valuable so far. The information here today is around digital asset management software, right? We are talking about, I'm giving you some best practices for you to protect your digital assets, so you don't get ripped off and leave too much money on the table. And this applies whether you are a creator, entrepreneur, marketer, brand manager, or a social media junkie, or all of the above, right? Okay, so I want to quickly give a shout out to Madison Wilson in Kaneohe, Hawaii, Alice Hall in Pearl City, Hawaii, and Amber Harrison in Kapolei, Hawaii. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Number 6. Best practice number 6, manage your digital rights intelligently. With the proper digital assets management software, you're able to manage your digital rights intelligently. Now, think about if you are an agency or a creator, you're a singer, you have a catalog of 1,000 songs, right? Or you are the manager of a singer who happens to have such a comprehensive catalog. How do you manage that? So with the right software, you are able to properly manage the expiration information and assets states, all right? And you can reduce the risk of legal penalties from using unlicensed, unapproved, or expired assets, for instance. The thing here is that you're able to take the guesswork out of digital rights management, right? And the digital assets often have licensing requirements that specify things like, restrictions, usage timelines, usage quantities, that kind of stuff. So the thing here is that usually when you sign a contract with the copyright holder, you may have every intention of complying with those restrictions, but after a few years, you can lose track of all the places that that information is used. But if you have the right software, you are able to track what expires and when, right? The thing here is that digital rights management allows you to associate the licensing info with your asset and ensure that they are used in the proper way. And again, the idea here is to reduce the financial and legal risk of accidentally using assets that are no longer approved or licensed, right? So this is very important. So things like asset expiration, asset restriction, asset access, those things are very easily manageable with the right digital asset management software. Let's move on to best practice number 7. Ensure all of your file types are supported in real time. So the most important thing here is that one of the cornerstones of DAM software is the ability to support different file types. Here I'm talking about everything from like every file that you have that is Word, PDF, JPEG, PNG, TIFF, and more. Right? This is MP3, MP4, you name it. So you're able to control, you're able to control all file types regardless of the type with the right DAM software. Okay, you can repurpose 3D assets for virtually endless possibilities, right? I'm talking here now that we live in a world where you have artificial intelligence, so you're able to create files like 3D, panoramic, virtual reality, and augmented reality to create immersive user experience. All right, so you want to be able to have software that supports that. Another thing that you really want to also pay attention to here is the fact that you want to have software to track assets based on the device. The whole thing about device-driven experiences, where you allow customers to digitally tour scenes, properties, landscapes, or locations. You want to engage your visitors with immersive VR, virtual reality experiences via device optimized out-of-the-box viewers. Now, the thing here is that it's kind of cool, but how do you manage those? How do you manage the digital assets that are produced as a result of those experiences? This is where digital asset management software allows you to do that, allows you to be productive, allows you to increase your productivity. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are still with us, going through. As we're having this conversation around digital asset management. I want to quickly give a shout out to our millions of viewers in the United States and Canada and beyond, throughout the whole world. Particularly, we have Lexi Henderson in Lewiston, Idaho, Tyler Hawkins in Meridian, Idaho, and Olivia Lewis in Pocatello, Idaho. Thank you so much for your support. It's really appreciated. I want to invite those of you who are still who haven't subscribed to our channel yet to hit the subscribe button now and turn on the notification bell so you are kept aware of new shows as we drop them. If you feel like we're adding value to your life, like this content, share it, comment below. We want to hear from you as much as possible. Thank you so much. Rule number 8, best practice number 8, get a tighter control of version history. Now, Assets automatically saves every version created, detects and eliminates duplicate versions, right? So with the right software, you're able to track the progressions of edits, and you're able to also to revert to earlier versions when necessary. Now, what's very important here when it comes to version control is that you want to reduce the risk of using assets that are unlicensed or have restricted usage, right? So if you have more assets, you have a fewer problems, but sometimes you can have more problems. But with the right software, you're able to track everything. So version history allows you to manage and approve assets quickly and efficiently, all from a single interface. You're not with the right software, and again, all the top software providers out there allow you to have those functionalities. This is very important. So version history also allow you to detect duplicates or triplicates for that matter, right? You're able to use a comparison tool, a visual comparison tool that allows you to see all versions and updates to a digital asset and compare them to see the evolution of the asset from start to finish. All right. And another thing here is that you want to couple tighter control of version history with digital rights management, DRM. Why? Because DRM ensures that an asset terms of use are being followed. Again, the thing is that when it comes to, if you have one or two assets, it's okay, right? But if you have thousands of assets to handle and manage, things become complicated. And the risk of legal penalties from using unlicensed assets or assets with expired licenses and usage restrictions, that risk grows, right? The risk of legal penalties coming from those misuse will grow over time if you have hundreds, if not thousands of assets. So you want to preclude that. You want to prevent that. All right. So get a tighter control of version history is the best practice number 8. Best practice number 9, when it comes to digital assets management software, you can cross-promote your dynamic media quickly, right? Again, if you have a large quantity of files, you can manage and publish dynamic digital experiences simultaneously, right? One of the things here is that you're able to use all kinds of rich media, right? File size never becomes a problem anymore because you're able to, the software usually will have some kind of hosting on the cloud, so file size never becomes a problem. Historically, it was a problem, but in the last 5 years, with the advent and the emergence of cloud services and hybrid cloud services, the quantity, the size, the problem of the size has gone away. So you can cross promote your files, your digital media quickly. Now, Another way to do this is that you're able to use something called smart image technology. Now, smart imaging technology automatically detects the available bandwidth and device type to dramatically minimize image size by up to 70% upon delivery, with no loss in visual fidelity. And what this does is it ensures smooth, quick loading experiences that drive conversion. This is very important because if you are, let's say you're a multinational and you have clients in 100 countries, now we all know that the internet access and speed is not the same across countries, right? So if you have the proper digital asset management software, you're able to customize, if you will, to customize the delivery and the download of your digital media based on the device of the user. So if you have users in a country where internet is slow, the software will automatically compress the size and the speed of conversion, the speed of downloading, so that your user doesn't see a loss of visual quality, right? And if you compare that to a user who is in the developed countries such as the United States or Canada, where internet is faster, so those two users in Canada I would say in non-developed country, if you will, those two users will not have they will have the best experience. Let's just call it, they'll have an optimized experience, maybe not the same experience in terms of visual clarity, but based on the device they have, the experience will be customized optimally. All right, so this is rule number 9, best practice number 9. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go in. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still here talking about digital asset management, and I'm giving you the best practice number 10. We have this is the last best practice in this show. But before I do that, let me just quickly give a shout out to Madison Perry in Joliet, Illinois, Isaac Wolf in Naperville, Illinois, and Alexander Jordan in Springfield, Illinois. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for your support. It's been great. Best practice number 10. Ensure your video assets are integratively cloud supported. Let me repeat that. Ensure your video assets are integratively cloud supported. Now, you want to deliver the right video quality to the right device and bandwidth. I spoke about that early, right? Here we're talking about either SD or HD, and you want to do this automatically. So what you want to do here is that you, with the right software, you can perform technical video processes. No need to have IT degree, right? You're able to auto size and share for any device. You are able to have a video that is shoppable and interactive video. This is great, especially if you run some kind of online store where you want to show videos of your products. You want users, you want prospects to be able to click and look at 1 minute video that explains your products. It's very important. So you want your video to be shoppable. You want to also have what I call 360 video, right? So the thing here is that you want to seamlessly manage and deliver 360-degree videos to create compelling and immersive experience. I spoke earlier about some industries that need that, right? If you're in real estate, if you're selling a product where you want clients or prospective clients to see the products before buying, you want to have that. So ensure your video assets are integratively cloud supported. With the right digital asset management software, you can definitely do that. Okay, so here is quickly a recap. So I've given you 10 best practices, and here are the practices. Check out your digital asset effectively. Share asset collections smartly. Get real-time insights into your digital assets. Manage your brain portal productively. Boost your digital asset management workflows. Manage your digital rights intelligently. Ensure all of your file types are supported in real time. Get a tighter control of version history. cross-promote your dynamic media file quickly, and ensure your video assets are integratively cloud supported. Right, so this is really this is it for today. I want to quickly give you a call to action. We like to give call to actions in every show that we have, and today's call to actions are varied. Map your digital asset universe. You want to really start thinking about what kind of file you produce, how many, how often, who is responsible for what. You want to start doing this today. Evaluate the metadata input methods. Right, you want to assign task ownership and accountability. One thing that's very important here is that if you have no budget to buy a digital asset management software license, the minimum you can do is to hire a digital asset management consultant, or you can build a team in-house. All right, so you can do that. Consider purchasing DAM software, like I said before, if you have the budget, depending upon the scale and scope of your digital production, regardless of your size and business model, offline or online. And you want to ensure that the DAM softwares that you buy has strong abilities for scaling, customization, and cataloging, right? And you also want to make sure that that software can integrate with other systems. You want to review hosting and cloud deployability options. You want to scope out permissions and monitor workflow capabilities. And finally here, you want to ensure the fit with your current business processes. All right, this is very important. I'll be right back right after this and go on. All right, here is today's pro tip. Verify security features when you have digital asset management software. You want to keep your assets safe, knowing that you can share files, photos, images, and videos securely using security encryption or HIPAA compliance. Another thing you want to think about here is you want to access client support. You want to select a DAM vendor, a digital asset management software vendor, who will support your system with true customer care and dedicated support staff. All right, because the last thing you want is to have a problem once the software is installed, right? Because digital asset management is an ongoing program, not just a one-time installation. All right, thank you and have a great time. Remember, stay marvelous.